Hello, Namaskar to all the viewers of this channel and my dear students. In the earlier session, we have completed 11 classes and 11 problems on this depreciation chapter, right? Now, we are into another important problem on depreciation wherein the old machinery is given. That machinery is being divided into three parts. In that, two parts are being sold and one part is left out. How to solve such kind of problems? Please, my dear students, try to understand so clearly, so effectively in this particular video. Okay, my dear student. After this, we are going to the next concept of depreciation, that is depreciation with provision for depreciation, wherein the provision for depreciation is maintained. Fine. Shall I start, my dear students? See here what happened in this particular problem number 12. This is a question asked for CA Foundation in June 2022 for how many marks? For 10 marks. The machinery account of a factory showed a balance. What it shows? Balance. How many lakhs? 95 lakhs. How much it is? 95 lakhs. On 1st April 2020, the books of accounts of a factory closed on 31st March. When the accounts are closed on 31st March every year. Fine. Shall we move on to the next part? And depreciation written off 10% per annum under what method? Under the method of diminishing balance method. Fine. Under diminishing balance method. Shall we make these two concepts in our notes? Now, what to write? See here. Depreciation, what percent? It is 10%. Under what method? Diminishing balance method. Closing date. When the accounts are closed? 31st March every year. Fine. Shall we move further? Under diminishing balance method. On September 2020, a new machinery was acquired. What? New machinery is acquired. When? On September 2020. At the cost of rupees 14 lakh. For that, 44,600 was incurred on the same day for its installation. What to do? You add these two numbers. It comes what? 14 lakh, 44,600. This is the cost of what machine? The new machinery was purchased. Fine. On September 2020, on the same date, a machinery which cost rupees 1,87,000 on 1st April 2018 was sold for rupees 3,75,000. What they did? They sold. What they sold? I can say that what machine that they sold? They sold part 1. Then next, another machine which had cost rupees 21,85,000 on 1st April 2019. See, it is 2019, it is 2018. Was scrapped. क्या हुआ वो? Scrap हो गया, waste हो गया. On September 2020, and it is realized nothing. Realized nothing means sold for zero. Nothing is realized, right? For a common sense, for a common understanding, I can call sold as a zero. Did you understood? Now, the first old machine is divided into how many parts? Two parts are sold. One part is left out. So, what I can say here is for your better understanding, old machinery, I can divide it as part 1, it is sold. Part 2, it is scrapped. Part 3 is balance, remaining balance. I can call it as what? Remaining balance. Okay. What is the part of, what is the cost of this part? The cost of this part is 21,87,000. Right? Sold for how much? 3,75,000. What is a part of this cost? The part of this cost is 21,85,000. Scrap means sold for 0 value. Remaining balance we will work out when we solve the problem. What we have to do? Prepare plant and machinery account for the year ended March 2021. Means we have to prepare the machinery account for only 1 year. That is the financial year of 2021. Allow the same rate of depreciation in the past. Nearest multiples of rupee, also show the necessary working. We are showing every working note, right? Now, shall we move on to the answer, my dear children? Please concentrate very much. We have a old machine. In that, the part of the machine, the first one, the part of the machine, second one. The part of the machine is given on what date? 1st April 18. This is given on when? 1st April 19. When these two machines are scrapped and sold, these two machines are scrapped and sold on 1st September 2020. This is what the problem is. Shall we move on to the solution? See how to solve the problem. Let us have two sections. Part 1, Part 2. When it is given? 1st April 18. This is given on 1st April 19. What is the cost? 21,87,000. What is the cost of this one? 21,85,000. What these two is? Cost. When? 1st April 18, they have mentioned the cost. This is given on what date? April 18. When these two machines are scrapped and sold? On September 2020. When the balance of the old machine is given? The balance of the old machine is given on what date? The balance of the old machine is given on, the balance of old machine is given on 1st April 2020, right? So, what we have to do? We have to calculate the depreciation and we have to arrive the balance up to 1st April 2020. Fine. Now, let me move on the 31st March 2019. Depreciation on part 1 for how many months? Depreciation on part 1, what percent? 10% diminishing balance method. From when to when? From April 18 to March 19. It means for how many months? For a period of 12 months. Use a calculation and work out how much you are getting. 2,18,700 dash. Now let me write 1st April 19. Now I got a balance. What is the closing date? 31st March 20. Depreciation on part 1 and part 2, 10% diminishing balance method. See, part 1 how many months? 12 months. Part 2 is also purchased on what date? 1st April 18. You are closing on March 20. It is nothing but how many months? Again, part 2 is of 12 months, means 1 year. So, you have to work out a balance of this. The balance comes to rupees 19,68,300. Please, my dear children, use the calci and work out the balance. Here the balance comes to 21,85,000. So, use a calci and work out 12%, mean 10% as a depreciation for 12 months on part 1. It comes to 1,96,000 830. On this, it comes to 2,18,500. Now let us work out a balance. Sir, why you are closing? Why can't you proceed for next? Why? Because I am arriving a balance on April 2020. See, the balance is given on what? April 2020. The balance is how much? The balance is 95 lakhs. This 95 lakhs is divided into part 1, part 2 and balance called part 3. Fine. Now let us work out a balance on 1st April 2020. What amount of balance is? 17 lakh 71,470. It comes to 19 lakh 66,500. Use a calci and work out. Now you got a balance of these two, right? Now let me move on to next concept. Note. Balance of part 3. How to work out a balance of part 3? Opening balance minus part 1 minus part 2. What is opening balance of the machine? The opening balance of the machine is 95 lakhs. Take 95 lakhs minus, what is the part 1 balance? 17 lakh 71,470. 17 lakh 71,470. What is the balance of part 2? 19 lakh 66,500. Now it comes what? Now it comes to rupees 57 lakh 62,030. 57 lakh 62,030 is the part of the balance. Now you prepare a table, my dear students. Okay. Old machine, 1st April 20. Hai na? 1st April 20. New machinery. Let me divide into 3 parts. Part 1, Part 2, Part 3. New machine is purchased on what date? The new machinery is purchased on 1st September 2020. Hai na? New machinery is purchased on 1st September 2020. For how much? 14,44,600. 1st September 2020. 14,40,000. How much it is? 14,44,600. 14,44,000. 14,44,600. What is a part of the first one? Part 1 balance. See, this is the balance. 17,71,470. Part 2 balance. 19,66,500. Part 3 balance. 57,62,030. Now, what I should write? 1st April 20, I have to write the balance. Fine. Now, my dear student, when this part of the 1 and part 2 is being sold, part 1 is sold on 1st September 2020, 1st September 2020. So, now let me write what date? 1st September 2020. Part 1 and part 2 sold. How many months gap? See, April, May, June, July, August, only August, because sold on the 1st of September. Depreciation for 5 months. So, you write depreciation 10% DBM for how many months? For only 5 months on both part 1 and part 2. Take 17 lakh 71,470, 10% into 5 by 12, it comes to rupees 73,811. On this you work out another for 5 months, same 5 months, 81,938. Sold. M1 is sold. Part 1 is sold. See, part 1 is sold for how much? 3,75,000. Part 3, scrap. Scrap is what? 0. Nothing is realized. Sold for 0. Now you work out a balance. The balance comes to 13 lakh 22,659. 18 lakh 84,562. Since the answer is positive, so we can call it as loss. We can call it as loss, my dear students. Fine. After this, what happened? We have purchased a new machinery and part 3 is also left out. What we have to do? We have to calculate the depreciation on this part 3 machinery and also on the new machinery. Dhruva, please try to understand, because you have committed a mistake, right? You should not commit a mistake. In next time, we have to calculate depreciation on what? The part 3 and a new machinery. Shall we, Makla? Now, on what date? We have to calculate for what date? Something happened to this particular pen. Wait for few minutes, few seconds. Okay, fine. Now, we have to calculate depreciation on what date? We have to calculate depreciation on what date? 31st. We have to calculate depreciation on what date? 31st March 21. Depreciation 10% diminishing balance method. Now, on part 3 is a old machine. We have to calculate for 12 months. Now for the new machinery. See, my dear students, new machinery is purchased on when? 1st September. So, 1st September to 31st March. Count how many months? September, October, November, December, January, February, March. It comes how many months? It comes to 7 months. Fine. Dash, dash. You work out 57,62,030 into 10% into 12 by 12. It comes to 5,76,203. Right? On this, 14,44,600 into 10% into how many months? 7 by 12. That comes to rupees 84,268. Now you work out a balance. Dash, dash. This comes to 51,85,827. 13,60,332. I hope you got it right. You got all the working out right. See, this is a part 1 machine, part 2 machine. We have to start from April 18 till April 2020. When once you got a April 2020 balance, we have to work out the balance of part 3. How to work out a balance of part 3? Take the old balance minus part 1 balance, part 2 balance. All these balance stands on the date of April 2020. When once you got part 1, part 2, part 3, then you prepare a table. My dear student, please follow this particular method that will really helps you to get a very good knowledge in depreciation chapter. Moreover, I am telling you, this is the most important problem, a critical problem, a difficult problem in your board exam, in your CA foundation exam. Fine. What we have to do? We have to prepare the machinery account. Machinery account for what? For the year ended. We have to prepare machinery account for the year ended 31st March 2021. Okay, fine. Let us write machinery account for 1 year. That financial year is 2021 because ending on March 21, right? Starting from April 2020. Try to have a very big column for amount one because we have a very big numbers. Now, let me continue, my dear student. On 1st April 2020, to balance brought down. Old machinery, you have to take the full value. Full value means part 1, part 2, part 3. Part 1, part 2, part 3 is 95 lakh. Right? If you see this working note, part 1 17 lakh 71 470, 19 lakh 66 500, 57 lakh 62,030. If you add all the three, it comes to rupees same 95 lakhs. No need to mention separately. Anyhow, it is given in the question paper. Fine. What you people done on 1st July or September? You purchased a new plant, right? You purchased on September 2020, right? First you mentioned that 1st September 2020 to bank. What you purchased? You people purchased a new machinery. New machinery is purchased for how much? 14 lakh 44,600. 14 lakh 44,600. I hope you got it right. Then what happened? After taking all these balance, after taking this particular purchase, what is there? My dear students, see here, on September 2020, part 1, part 2 are sold. Now what to do? Take the total depreciation of these two, add these two numbers. Add these two numbers, that added number is 1st September 2020 by depreciation part 1 plus part 2. The added number of these two, 73,811, 81,000, so 938. If you add both the numbers, we are getting a depreciation of how much? We are getting a depreciation of rupees 1,55,749. I hope you got it right. बाद में क्या करना? You have sold 3,75,000 plus 0. Add both 3,75,000 plus 0. It comes to what? 3,75,000 only, right? What we have to write? By bank. Sold. बाद में loss हुआ है ना? P&L as a loss. How much loss? 13,22,659 plus 18,84,562. Please, my dear student, please listen. Don't write too much in your exams. That consumes lot of time. Listen carefully. Add these two numbers. The added number of these two is your total loss. The total loss comes to, my dear children, 32,07,221. This completes your part 1, part 2 sold. All these things have been taken. Then what is left out? You have calculated depreciation on March 21. On 31st March 21 by depreciation account. Here depreciation is to be taken on what? Here the depreciation is part 3 plus new machinery. What is the total? 5,76,203 is on part 3. 84,268 is on new machinery. Add these two numbers. The added number of those two is कितना आता अब? 6,60,471 आता. बाद में क्या करना? डेट को डॉट डालना, बाई बैलेंस कैरी डाउन करना अब बाई बैलेंस कैरी डाउन. How to work out a buy balance carry down, my dear children? Add these two numbers. It comes to 1,09,04,000 44,600, 1 crore 9 lakh 44,600. दिस अमाउंट में ए माइनस करना, ए माइनस करना, ए माइनस करना, ए भी माइनस करना. माइनस किया तो कितना आता आपको 65 lakh 46,151. वो कैरी डाउन आता है ना. कैरी डाउन क्या करना बाद में 1 अप्रैल 21 को ब्रॉट डाउन करना. टू बैलेंस ब्रॉट डाउन एज 65 lakh 46,159. I hope you got it, my dear students, right? This is all about a depreciation problem. In the next video, I am going to start provision for depreciation. How to solve the problem with provision for depreciation. For question, my dear student, I put it in a description box. You take the printout copy of a question. Only when you have a question in your hand, then it's possible to understand the solution. Without question, I tell you it's highly impossible to understand. First you take the printout copy of question. Then you try to understand the video. Okay? Bye bye. Namaskar. All the best.